Hello.
There we go.
Okay, guys, listen. I just want to say one thing. When you go back and do a reread of this, because you will, you need to do an audible version. It is so good.
Who reads the Audible version? Is it like a famous person?
Someone else reads it. You just listen, because I like Audible a lot because when I'm doing things, I can just listen. When I'm in my car, when I'm sitting at my desk at work, I'm listening. It's so good, and the girl that does it does a really good job. And this last book, whoo, I had chills. It was so good.
She get really into it.
Oh yeah, yep. She changes her voice a little bit, so it's but not like retarded. Like some of them are like, "Are you kidding? Quit trying to do that. You sound ridiculous." But hers was really good. Okay, we have to ask the newbies. Was this not the best freaking book, Maya?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Oh my god.
There was so much stuff that like wrapped up and gave me some answers that I was looking for. I don't know. I don't even know where to start because like there's just too much stuff happening. Like Arabin finally got killed. I was like,
hell yeah!
I said Maya's gonna be so happy.
I was. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he'll
was like the best.
for me once, and not even more like it.
Hey,
so
you guys-
that's a big fat lie.
Let's kill some kids.
I know. Hold on, like find the damn button. Hold on.
Watch her face. Watch her face. Oh, she's going. You need to go the fuck upstairs.
Whoa.
Anyway, let's just talk about how much I hate Kale in this book. Hate him. He was such a dick.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed with him in this one.
Yeah.
It's like everything he knew about who she was, he all of a sudden hates about who she
Yeah.
is. It is obnoxious.
Yeah, you're right.
I was done with him in this book. I'm like, I don't care what happens to him anymore.
Yeah, but you saw what happened to him. What'd you think about that?
What happened to him? I can't remember.
He's paralyzed.
Yeah, so the book ended with him.
Yeah, but magic's back. They're gonna find a healer that can heal him.
You don't know that, Maya. Okay?
It's gotta happen. I was a little shocked that the king was possessed the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, was he really possessed? Like they killed him anyways. Like Dorian. Like, that's it. You're dead.
You put him out of his misery. Like he wanted to die.
Yeah. But it was good to know that he wasn't a total douche. You know, like he put up those wards to stop magic to protect Dorian. You know, without the bad guy knowing.
So who's the bad guy? The bad guy's the one that went to the camp and like made her bow.
Yes, Duke Carrington.
Yes,
he is. What's the guy's name?
Erwin, yeah.
So he's possessed by the King Erwin or whatever his name is
from that other world. And he got trapped. He got trapped here. Couldn't go back to his place, and they trapped him in the bottom of the mountain. And then Duke and the King were down in the mountain, and they released him. And he possessed Duke's body, and then put some of his princes in the other guy's body.
And he's in like the mountains with the witches now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How did you like what happened? God, there's so much stuff. What did you think about the stuff with Manon?
Manon.
Whatever, bitch.
Oh, how you say her name?
I call her
Manon. I was shocked. Like Aylin. Is that what we're calling her now?
Yeah.
Aylin? I really liked that she's grown so much.
Yeah.
And she didn't just immediately let Manon, is how I say her name, die.
Yeah.
And
you know, it helped her in the end because by helping her, saving her life, Manon let her know, hey, Dorian's still in there. You don't have to kill him.
Yep.
So that was pretty awesome. but the stuff that happened in the mountain. What was that chick's name that was doing the fire?
Elid?
No,
No, the other one.
no, the one that killed herself.
Caltaine.
Oh,
Caltaine.
Caltaine.
Yes, that was some fucked up shit.
Yeah, so apparently she had her own magic, and then they put one of the princes in her, but she ended up overtaking the prince.
Yeah.
The towers and took down that whole tower, which I think is pretty badass.
That was very badass.
You know, rereading this now, like there's so much stuff that I forgot. Like when I read through the first time, I didn't realize Caltaine was in the first book. Like didn't remember her at all from the first book. So I just thought that she was some random chick. Like I was like, oh, I guess she did leave. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think it helps reading them in a row because I remembered Caltaine.
Yeah.
And like they had the little rivalry, but Aelin gave her the coat.
Yes.
And I thought it was really sad that at the end, like right before she sacrificed herself, she was like, tell her that they didn't let me keep her cloak, but I appreciate it and it made me strong and whatever.
Wait, didn't they put a stone? Didn't they put one of the ward keys in her?
Yeah.
That's what she do.
Okay. Just do a minute and then check it. Crap, Joel's just distracting me. Son of a... I lost it. Oh, one of the things that you'll notice is things that she's done in the past, nice little things, like giving that girl the cloak, it comes back. Like everything, all the good little things she does eventually comes back and helps her. It's pretty awesome. Something that seems so insignificant can come back and, change someone's life or help her in the future.
I have to say that I liked that Rowan didn't listen to her and just stay away.
I know.
I was
Did
so
you get the
happy.
chills? Oh my god, when she went running at him. Oh my god.
Listen, I was like, "Yay, Rowan's back! I want to jump on him too."
Yes, but he was driving me nuts how he tried to keep his distance from her. I'm like, listen, dude, give it up.
Right? Don't be a tease.
And I couldn't remember, like, as I'm reading, I'm like, wait, didn't they already get together? But they hadn't.
Right.
No. They were just really good friends, and I remember thinking she was a friend. What else happened?
What do you think about Dorian and whatever?
Manon.
I say Manon.
They say Manon in the book too, I think, in the Audible, but in my mind.
They do.
What do you think about that? That was kind of weird, right? They kind of flirted.
Yeah, and I like that. She was able
to bring him out.
They were kind of leading towards all the witches they weren't always bad. Like they were made to be bad.
Yeah, she's starting to figure that out, right?
That's making me think that in the next books, that's going to be a bigger part of the story.
Everybody close your face. Close your face. The next book is really good. I can't wait for you to read it.
It's very good.
I almost want to say, okay, everybody, 2 weeks. That's it. Let's go.
Well,
I can do it.
It's good that we were a little late this time because I really didn't start reading until 2 days before the end date on our calendar. And I was a little late, but oh well.
I was like Christy, though. Like, once I finished, I wanted to go to the next one right away.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through the next one.
I think we should just start right away, and then once everybody's finished, we can do it whenever.
Okay.
You guys want to do that?
We're not waiting so long.
It's just a continuation. It's, a whole lot of stuff more that happens, but it's all like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I think my biggest takeaway things that, kind of like what you're touching on at the beginning about being mad at Kale because he was a jerk in this book. But I kind of feel like as you're reading, you find ways that she was doing stuff that was out of character. Like they didn't really know what she was doing because she's just kind of been rogue and on her own. And, like the whole thing with the will and, you know, all these things that she did to help not just herself. You know what I mean? Like, so they always portray her to be this like selfish, bratty person, but she literally is always doing things that, you know, other people just aren't even thinking of, that is for the good of everybody else, not just herself later.
Yeah. I mean, I think an example of that is also when she was supposed to be killing all those people. She didn't kill any of them.
No.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, like buying, you know, giving Lysandra her freedom and, you know, screwing the people, you know, like changing the will and screwing the madam and, you know, all the guys at the keep and, you know, and making more money, but it's not money that's for her personally. It's for, you know, like what's going to be a benefit to everybody else later, help support the war and get what they need. And, yeah. And I think like
smart.
Very smart. And like she, you know, she has a small, just a small core, right? Her people are just such a small group. And I don't think any of them really know her, but she had like, you know, in all of her wicked ways, and she just has so much love that you don't get to see until you're like, you know, okay, well, she's like, I'm going to kill Dorian, knowing that it would hurt her to do that, or, you know.
I don't even think she realizes how much love she has, though.
Yeah.
Right. You know, slipping the eye of Elena into chaos to protect him as she's, you know, leaving. So, like, she has all this love, and I don't think that they even really can appreciate, because they still have this, you know, because she also still has the swagger and the
affront.
You know what I mean? Like, so I like that they're like, oh, that's what you were doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that she could do all that and not even say anything. So it's like she didn't even do it for like a pat on the back. It's just what she does, you know?
Yeah. And I hate it when she had to turn into Selena again. Like, it hurt my stomach. And then the guys had to see her like that, and they're like, whoa, what the hell? Who is this? You know, like,
yeah,
they were a little afraid of her, I think. And you know, she didn't want to do it. She doesn't want to be that person, but she had to do it.
I have to say, I loved how Lysandra completely changed.
Right?
And then you find out, like, she was a shapeshifter, and that's something they hadn't seen before. I just thought that was...
Oh my god.
She was badass.
She comes back in as the snow leopard at the fight at the end. Like, I completely forgot about that part, and I was like, yeah! Like, so much fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was literally a plot twist. Like, what?
Well, she saved their lives, so...
Right. And, like, I can't even imagine, like, how hard that would have been for, like, Selena to give... you know, like I would have wanted to be the one to kill
yes.
Arabin. What? Arabin. I would have I just wanted to kill him. I just wanted to kill him so bad, and for her to give it to Lysandra for all the shit that he did to her. I don't know that I could have been that unselfish.
Maya, what do you think when he put the ring on her?
I knew it was a trick somehow.
Did you?
I'm like, there's no way she's that gullible still.
The first time I read that part, I was like, whoa, and I had to back up and reread the couple pages before that. Like, I know I missed something.
That's funny.
I think she's grown a ton in this book. Like, that's what made this one the best.
Yeah.
Was she's no longer unsure of herself and like, what do I do? I don't want to be queen. She's kind of accepting the fact.
She's turning into a queen. She knows what she wants, and that's what she's going for.
Yeah. What about that one guy? What was his name?
Lorcan,
yes. What do we think about him? Is he really trying to destroy the rings, like the war keys, or is he really working for the bitch?
I'm on the fence about that.
Yeah, me too. Something ain't
right.
right.
He's hard to read.
He is hard to read.
I never thought about him still being on. I mean, I know he explained in the book like that he was still on the queen's side and he was doing all this for her.
Yeah.
But I never thought about he was lying to her. You know what I mean? Like I never looked at it that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
him
like
lying
doing
to her.
it
Yeah.
for her, but like against her wishes, kind of thing.
Yes.
So, if he does do it, then she's gonna go after him.
Well, and if I don't know, the way Rowan responded to her made me think that they can't go against her will, even if they really want to. So if he did get all the word keys, they'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the way they explained it in the book is that like he's doing it for her, kind of thing. So it's not that he's going against her wishes. That like her specific, like she didn't specifically say, "Don't do this," so he's able to do it kind of a back way kind of thing.
Loophole.
Yeah, loophole. That's the word. Thank you.
So completely off topic. I'm such an animal lover. I was highly amused with all the personality that they gave to Manon's wyvern.
Yes, me too.
Like he's off sniffing the flowers half the time. Shit like that makes me laugh.
I like that he looked at that. What's that girl's name?
Elid.
Elid. He looked at her. Yeah, he looked at her. He saw the shackles on her, and he like wanted to take her in. Like, come here, I got you. You know.
Yeah,
what the heck is his name?
Something with an A.
Oh my gosh.
Which one are we?
The wyvern.
The wyvern's name.
Manon's wyvern.
Abraxas. Yes.
Yes.
Told you I had an A in it.
Well done.
Thanks.
There's so many A names in this book. It's like hard to remember all.
I think Abraxas is really going to change Manon.
I think
like he's already starting to.
I think he already has.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I liked that part. I mean, it was in this book where she had to kill
the village.
No, she had to kill the witch. Was that in the book where she got the other cloak? Or was that in the last book?
That was the last book.
Okay. Yeah, but they talked about a lot in this one and how, her last words were that they weren't born bad and that they were made to be that way. And I think she's finally starting to realize that and is questioning her loyalty to her grandmother.
Yeah.
Because her grandmother's a freaking psycho.
Straight up, bitch. Seriously.
I hope she takes her 13 and gets out of there.
What'd you think of her second story about the baby? That was sad.
That was heartbreaking.
Yes.
The first time I read it, it was kind of like, oh, it made sense of why she's so strong-willed about the clans going in to like have the witchlings and stuff against her will.
Yeah.
That was so messed up. I'm like, what are we reading here?
Yeah.
They're making like little demon babies.
Right. I always picture like Game of Thrones where the chick gave birth to like the shadow baby.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. That's what I'm saying though. Okay, so they're having these babies, but remember they said that they wanted kings? So are the babies going to be kings or what are they doing?
Well, I don't think it works.
Yeah. I think they're just experimenting, trying to find what they can breed with the witches. And that's why I don't think it worked. That's why they're asking for stronger witch lines. Or for stronger bloodline.
I thought it did work. I don't know why I thought that.
Well, I mean, they made little demon babies.
Yeah, they made something, but it just wasn't what they were wanting.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, we need to get Cheryl on reading this because we really can't do the next one until she's caught up.
Yeah. I'll talk to her.
Do you need me to talk to her?
Do
you need me to talk to her?
Do we need to stage an intervention with Cheryl and her living her life?
Yes.
You can chain her to the couch, say no, leave until you read the books.
Right?
Well, she has them on Audible. She can go about her life and listen to them.
No excuses then.
She's the worst.
Ever.
I hope she watches this and hears how upset we are.
Cheryl, you're a bitch. Get it on. Go.
I feel like there's a whole bunch more stuff that happened that we're just glossing over.
What do you think about Adie and her cousin?
Who?
Her cousin, Adie.
Oh. Yeah.
He was pretty pissed he didn't get to do the blood vow.
Well, he still can.
He still can, but you know, they grew up. The tradition is one person got it.
The new world, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in his mind.
I did like.
Go ahead.
He kind of grew too, though, because towards the end, he accepted his position and was okay with it.
And I think he was a lot like her. Remember, he had to put on a face for other people and act to survive.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they are actually a lot alike.
Yeah, I think now that they're back in Terrazan, or however you say it, and she's got her group all together, they can actually start working together and not just Aelin going off and doing her own thing behind their back.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll start working together. But I'm excited for the next book. I'm excited.
We didn't talk about how Sorsha died.
Oh, yeah.
You mean when she got beheaded?
Yeah. Was that in this book, or was that the last?
That was the end of the last book.
Oh, okay. I think that helped keep him there, though, didn't it? It kept Dorian.
Yeah, like that was one of the memories that he kept remembering. He couldn't remember her name, but he knew that girl got beheaded and shit went down.
First time I read his storyline, the first time I read this book, I was like, you weak little minded dude, you need to wake the fuck up. I was so mad at him through half this book. Like, why can't you just be stronger?
Yeah. And you know what though, when they were having the face off with the king and Aelin says something about killing, or he said he killed Chaol, and all of a sudden Dorian goes, "What? What did you say?" Oh my god, chills. Like, oh my god, it's working. That's gonna get him. But literally, Dorian snapped that necklace right off of himself. I like want him to go up to everybody and just start going, you know, like, you're the only one that can do it.
They said he did it because the ring was on his finger and it cracked it or scraped it enough, right? So that he was able to break it open.
I don't think so. What ring?
She put the ring that was found in the scabbard, the one that can protect them from possession.
She
put that on Dorian.
Just that.
Yeah. So that helped him.
Oh, okay.
Time to reread again. No.
And then his rage and magic snapped that motherfucker.
Right.
God, I wish I could see this on film.
That would be awesome.
I know. I was thinking the entire, if it was a TV series, it would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? They would mess it up. They always do.
Would mess it up. I just think of Vampire Academy, and I'm just like, oh.
These books are so much better than Vampire Academy.
I don't think I ever.
It's a
I like the Vampire. I like
you
them,
didn't read
but
it,
I like
Megan?
this series better.
I don't think I've read it.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
good.
so good. So
okay.
right.
I guess we know what series we're doing next.
Well, there's too many books in the series. I haven't finished.
oh my gosh. That is one book, Megan, where like something happened and I literally cried for days. Like the next day I was at Carrie's and I'm like, well, when then this happened, and I start crying. I'm like, I think I need therapy.
So we're going to be reading those series next.
It was so bad.
Oh.
I actually have some books I would like to do. if we do this again, that would maybe not be such a long series. Like I would love to do the Six of Crows duology by Lee Bardugo. They're really good.
She's trying to force me to read these books. She put them on my Kindle like a year and a half ago, and they're still there.
I bought the first one on Audible, Lisa.
And I've heard that the Audible was like really good, so I think we should do those. It's only 2 books, so we do one a month. But I mean, I'm up for anything. I love reading, and I love doing this with you guys. So
yeah.
So we were at a cookout today, and we were talking about books. And one of my aunt's really longtime friends, Mary, said, "What kind of books do you read, Lisa?" And I always wanted to be like porn, but I withheld.
I mean, I do.
I always just say romance, and people don't ask questions.
Yeah.
That's all.
I like a variety.
I really like sci-fi fantasy, but I also like romance a lot.
She also likes sci-fi fantasy porn.
Yeah.
Yes. We call that alien porn.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Hey, I bought another alien porn book," and I'm like, "Whoop whoop."
Side note, just FYI, if you're ever interested, there is actually alien porn out there on the internet. It's a real
And how do you know this?
I may or may not have looked it up.
Oh. Got problems. Let's get back to track here, you bunch of freaks.
Yeah. What else haven't we talked about? I feel like there's still a lot of stuff.
Okay, so while we're thinking about it.
Wait. Adian's dad. Hello.
Oh yeah. So it's one of the what's his name?
One of the cadre.
Gabrielle. Yeah.
So did we see Gabrielle in the last book or something?
We did.
Yeah. When
she was fighting the vlog, when it was all dark, when at
the keep.
What's that called? Starts with the W.
Oh, when she was fighting that dark.
Gwendolyn.
Yeah, when she was there, and it's when she dug into her power, and they came. She asked when they attacked the castle where they were, and somebody was from the inside and let them in from underneath the castle. When she was out there fighting the 3 princes, and he was the only one of the cadre who even stopped to maybe her.
But before that, he also had came earlier in the book to get tattooed by Rowan.
Yes.
Oh, that was the same guy.
Called Kitty. Yeah. That's the one that she kept calling the kitty cat.
Yeah, so
I can't wait to see them hook up,
Yeah, for him to meet him and see what happens with that.
Okay, sorry, Chris.
That'll be interesting.
So who hasn't read the next one?
Just Maya and Cheryl.
Okay, so Maya, where do you think it's going?
Oh my God, I have no idea. What's the next one called? Empire of Storms is the next one, I think.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, they're going to have to set up the home in Terracin, right? Like they've been away for so long. I'm sure people are going to come join their army.
Yeah, they have to create an army because they don't have one right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they have to figure out where the bad guys are. I can't remember his name. Parrington.
Yeah, Duke Parrington, yeah.
They're going to have to figure out where he is unless he's coming to them, which is a possibility. I don't know. I really don't know where it's going. But she has 2 of the keys now, right?
Well,
no,
she doesn't have it yet.
She's got hers, and Elid or Elid.
He's coming with the other one.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Elid just got dropped by the witches. Like, make your way.
Yeah.
Right. In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll find
she's
her way.
got Selena, not Aline.
Yeah, she doesn't know. Yes.
She doesn't know it's the same person.
Yeah.
Right.
She'll find her way.
Because
She'll
they
meet up
grew
with
up
him.
together, right? Didn't the lead grow up with Selena?
I think
she
they
was
were
very young.
around.
They were very young. So, I mean,
So-
Alid's mom was her nanny.
Nurse.
She's the
So
one that saved her life, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Yes.
and that
Okay.
bought her time. Yeah. Yeah.
That just makes me sad again.
I know.
Yeah, the first time I read these, at the end of every one of these books, I call Lisa like, Sarah J Maas is the devil. Where the hell is this going?
Well, I want to know, why did they have? I always called her LD. Alid, I guess.
Alid.
Why did they have her in chains? Like her ankle was broken anyways, wasn't it?
When they
Well, go ahead, Lisa.
Well, because I think they know
Her uncle thought she had.
they know that she has some type of magic in her, but he's unsure which. So he had to be able, keep her confined so that she couldn't get away.
Okay, so that's where I
Was
think the next book's going to be going, is like her journey in finding her power and her way to the throne, like the court. And then they're going to make a plan for the rest of the books. Final answer.
Well, I froze and I didn't hear any of the stuff you guys were talking about. So
Well, we were talking about you, so don't worry about it.
You're going to have to go and rewatch the video.
I don't know if it even will save as a video since it froze on my screen.
That's weird.
We're just talking about how Alid was shackled even though she was broken. And, it's because he just didn't know what power she had. If she had power, he assumed she did.
Yeah.
And that's another way Manon showed she had some humanity to her, right? She helped us through.
Right.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm.
I don't remember if there's anything else. I didn't take any notes this time. I'm the worst.
You are.
I feel like the end of the book really dragged.
The end of the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the first time I read it, I was like, okay, this is the end. Oh, no, okay, this is the end. Oh, this is the end.
I felt that way too because after the whole fight, I think there was a whole hour left
Yeah.
of my book. I'm
Right.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, they should have ended it at the castle.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they probably just didn't want to start off the next book them journeying to Terrasan.
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry,
Like,
you'll get
who's
cliffhangers in the
Aaron
future, I'm
Paulson?
sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll start the next book.
All right. Well,
Lisa.
Lisa, talk to Cheryl. See what she's gonna do.
All
So we don't want to. Hurry
right,
up
we'll
and
get
do
her on
this
it.
one. I don't want to start it unless she's getting ready to get on it because
Yeah, because I don't think she's even started this book yet.
No,
The one we just finished.
she had said
when
she
I
was.
talked to her a couple of weeks ago, she said she was like 30% into it or something like that. So I don't know if she's picked it up since then. But I know she started it.
Invite her over, stick her in a corner, and tell her she's not allowed to get up until she finishes the book.
Yeah. This was a long one. I think it was like 20 something hours of Audible.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, has anybody got anything else? Or are we all done?
I'm sure we missed something, but we could always talk about it the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just do it
That's
on
the only thing that sucks about listening to it on Audible. Like, I'm driving to work when I'm listening to it or driving home, so I can't make notes. And I'm always like, oh, I would remember this, and then I never do.
Wait, I do have a question. Do you remember in the mountain the one young boy got killed and he had a prince in him? Was that his brother? Was that Dorian's brother?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was. I don't remember his brother's name.
Colin.
I don't think it was because I think him and the mom are off somewhere else, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's his
no.
name?
No,
But-
they said it was somebody named Roland.
Oh,
And
He's a cousin. He's like a cousin.
Okay.
yeah.
okay, because I
He was in,
was originally thinking that was his brother. And then, but then they talked about the mom and the brother. He told them to stay, right? Like they were at their country home or whatever. And so Dorian, before as the castle was falling, he said, "Stay where you are." And so they talked about the mom and brother, and then they talked about later that that once that trying to make sure I'm in the right book. That
I don't remember
when
that happening.
Yeah, so they said that Duke, when he said that Dorian's no longer king.
I don't think we got there yet.
Chris,
Okay.
keep talking.
Okay, stop, Chris.
They talked about his brother, so he's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Roland was in, I believe it was in the Throne of Glass book where he's like a cousin who would come and he got tried to be all buddy with.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh, I remember that.
Because I remembered his name, but I couldn't think of what he was.
Yeah.
But he.
I was in the same position as you. Yeah.
Okay, so Roland and Cahill did not get along.
No.
Cahill.
Right.
Get along. So that's who he was. Because that's what, they said his name, I was thinking the brother too, but then that's not right.
Yeah.
I wanted
But I
Cahill
forgot
to
who
have
he
more
was.
of a reaction to Rowan coming. Like, I wanted him to have a reaction. And she literally, when Sarah J Maas decided Cahill and Elaine, or whatever the fuck her name is, Eileen, whatever, when she decided they're over. Like,
Yeah.
there's no lingering feelings. Like,
I mean, she did try to kill him.
well, that was deserved.
Well, he let her friend.
Right.
die.
Oh, I'm not saying it was wrong, but I mean, that was a pretty dramatic breakup scene.
But then he didn't accept her for who she was. either.
Yeah.
Right.
He was always,
Well, he only did when it suited him.
Yeah.
Right.
But you would expect there to be some kind of twinge of jealousy. Like, who's this new guy? You know what I mean? Like, he had nothing.
Yeah,
She gave us nothing.
I mean, because they loved each other, and then she comes back, and she's obviously now moved on to this other guy. But I don't feel like there's been that much time.
Yes.
It was
supposed to be months.
It couldn't be real love because he didn't even really know the real her. It was proximity and convenience.
Yeah.
But they really, Aline and Rowan didn't really become like anything until after they were staying at her apartment and stuff. Like before, it was like they had this that connection.
There was definitely a connection in that last book.
Well, yeah. But they just made it seem out like, oh, they just really trust each other and, oh, they're just really good friends. You know what I mean? Like, it never led to anything in the last book.
The first time I read it, that's all I got out of the Air of Fire book was that it was a friendship. So I was not ready for the no Kale and Selena thing when I read it the first time, because that's who I wanted together. But he definitely grown on me.
Oh, what did you guys think of the when she went to Sam's grave?
Oh,
so sad.
Broken heart.
Stop. I don't want to think about that. Oh my god.
I really wish we could have read Wes's letter. You know?
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
well, she did. They did mention what the letter said, didn't they?
Not
Pieces
like
of it.
specifics, just pieces, yeah. Like I wish we could have seen
What?
it, you know, like visually seen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have just added a little something. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, redo Sarah J Maas.
So when I froze earlier, I don't know what you guys heard me saying, but I was saying that they're actually developing the series into a show for Hulu.
Oh.
So it is going to be a show. It's going to be called Queen of Shadows. So
if they cast stupid, ugly people, I'm going to be so pissed.
You know what they'll
They
do?
need to get the people.
They do her inner dialogue like they did on Vampire Diaries. Somebody at Hulu is going to get my foot in their ass.
No, Chris.
you
What
mean
if they
Vampire Academy?
what if they do like they did Shadowhunters and get that girl who's fucking anorexic, who's supposed to be a badass? Come on. I can sit on her
And
with
she's
Ty.
a terrible actress.
They had like a movie for Shadowhunters, and then they also like came out with a series or something.
Yes.
And they
Right.
both sucked balls.
They were really
They were
bad.
both awful.
Really?
Like,
I think
so-
I watched like the first one, but I never really got into it.
Well, listen, honey, don't waste your time because they fucking suck.
Tell us how you
Oh
feel.
my gosh. I was so mad. I feel like I need to sit through it, and I couldn't even. Like, it was so bad. I'm just like, you know what? Delete. I just
Just-
can't. And
just so
the
you know.
movie. Oh, the movie was awful.
Queen of Shadows is not on IMDb yet, so we don't have any details.
That just means it hasn't been set in stone who's going to be directing and all that.
Yeah. I was just hoping we'd see something, like.
Yeah, it'll probably be a while.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna cast someone awesome, like they did with Charlie Hunnam
And then be like,
in 50
no,
Shades,
and
and then they're gonna back out. Right?
probably.
Is that a kitty cat?
Yeah. She just came over.
She's like, I want to get in there. Who's Megan talking to?
Oh my gosh.
If I had to guess, I would say Bryce came in, and he is very chatty. So
Bryce.
she's
It's
putting
Bryce.
up.
I was in
immediately
the
on
room
him.
all by myself and having a wonderful time talking to you guys,
I'm
and then
sorry.
Bryce comes in singing and dancing.
No, I didn't.
Wait a second. We
I have
need
to
to see
get
this,
somewhere
Megan.
for a shower, ladies.
Okay.
Megan,
And I read
we
the
need
book.
to
It's a
see
great
this.
book. Between Stones.
You need to see this?
Yes.
Bryce, they need to see you.
If he's
Shadow
naked,
Queen.
that's fine.
He's not naked. He's just.
Oh my
There he
God,
is.
Bryce, what do you
Oh,
got?
stop. Shit, I didn't know y'all was looking for real.
Okay, that's enough.
Just getting my undies. I'm
Alright.
leaving, lady. Sorry.
Is he a dancer? Is that what's happening?
Dancer.
No, not really.
Something.
I mean, I think a little bit, you know.
It was nice.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I dance. I dance part time.
Okay,
I
you're
used
still
to.
dressed, so.
Well, that's
Dancing and stripping are two different things.
I get you up and seeing around, y'all.
That's hilarious.
I mean, you picked him.
Yeah, he's not ever boring.
That's great. All right, guys, we got anything else?
That's all I can think of.
Nope, I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
I literally cannot think of anything else big that happened.
I'm trying to look at a synopsis, and I think we got it all.
Yeah, I think we hit it all pretty good, guys. There was a lot.
Daryl
of
doesn't know what she's missing.
Seriously. When she finishes, she's gonna be like, "Oh man, I want to talk about it."
Yeah, I told her to do comments on it last time.
Yeah.
All right, well then we'll go ahead and sign off. I'll get on Cheryl, get her to finish the book so we can get on to the next one and do this as soon as possible. So the next book is Empire Storms, and then Tower of Dawn, and then the new one comes out.
Hooray!
The new one comes out in a couple weeks, actually, or maybe a month, something like that. So
we're far behind.
Yes, we're really behind.
Yeah. Well, we were going to be like a month behind, but now
We
we're.
pre-ordered that one already, didn't we, Lise?
I pre-ordered the hardcover.
Did we?
I think I pre-ordered the
Am I
book.
losing you?
Sarah, check.
Okay.
I think she's also got another book coming out that's like the world of Throne of Glass. It's gonna kind of just be like a book about the world, not like a.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Maya to finish this series and then start the other one.
I lost you guys for a second there.
I said, Maya, I can't wait for you to finish this series and then jump into her other one because it's so good.
Send me the name because I'm never gonna remember it if I don't have it in writing.
We'll wait. We'll wait till we're done.
Okay.
So that-
I can't remember Did I read it?
Yes, you should have.
I did.
It's
It's
the Court of Thorns and Roses series.
The Kingdom of Ash is the new one that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
Did I read that one?
It was
Yeah.
that one's
Yeah, I've got it pre-ordered.
okay. Yeah. Court of Thorns and Roses is kind of like vaguely a Beauty and the Beast retelling, where the girl kills a wolf, which ends up actually being a fae, and so she's taken to be punished by having to live with the fae, and it goes on from there.
I love that series too.
I do.
Sarah J Maas is just really good.
It sounds a little familiar, and I don't know if I've read some of it. I probably won't remember, so.
Do you keep track of your books on Goodreads?
Not all of them.
Oh, girl.
You should.
You totally should. That's such an awesome tool.
I do.
All right, bitches. I'm out.
All right.
Okay, bye.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get on Cheryl, and then we'll talk about this later.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.